No one expected that a simple moment in the military barracks would become the most emotional point in BTS's friendship history. Jungkook, at the peak of his military service, stood before Jimin, and in a brief whisper, he silenced his best friend. What really happened? Why has one sentence now shaken millions of armies around the world? Those questions did not arise without reason. At an internal farewell event in the 5th Division, witnessed by only a handful of soldiers, Jungkook showed his most vulnerable side. With teary eyes, he approached Jimin, held both his shoulders, and whispered words that made Jimin fall silent, bite his lip, and smile warmly. There were no cameras. No official documentation. Only eyewitnesses who immediately shared the story with the outside world, triggering a wave of speculation that was almost unstoppable. What exactly did Jungkook whisper to Jimin? Why was Jimin's reaction so emotional? These questions burned everyone's curiosity. This was not just a meeting of two groupmates. This was a meeting of two souls who had grown together, survived the storms of global fame, and now faced the greatest test of their lives, mandatory military service. From various credible internal sources, it is known that Jungkook's words contained an apology and a promise. The regret was not over a major mistake, but over an invisible burden he realized he had placed on Jimin, a sincere acknowledgement of how important Jimin's presence was in his life journey. I should have shared the burden with you more, according to a witness who heard part of the sentence. This regret touched deeply because it came from someone who, in the public eye, seemed unshakable. Jungkook, always seen as full of spirit, actually harbored deep guilt toward Jimin. This revealed their relationship, more than colleagues, more than friends. There was an emotional responsibility that only the two of them understood. Speculation quickly grew. Some fans suspected that the promise made between them was related to a grand plan after service ended. Some theorized about a secret music project, a duet album between Jungkook and Jimin, developed secretly during their service. Others rumored an exclusive mini-concert, only for loyal armies who had waited. But more than anything, the power of this moment was in its emotional sincerity. In a world that often glorifies image, real moments like these have become rare. When Jungkook spoke during the farewell ceremony, he said with a trembling voice, "I know there are many waiting for us out there, but more than that, I know there is someone here who made me feel I was never alone." He looked at Jimin. The atmosphere fell silent, even the strongest soldiers lowered their heads, trying to hide their emotions. Jungkook's words confirmed one thing: their relationship runs deeper than it seems. It's not just about popularity or music, but about family found amidst the harsh world of entertainment. It's a reflection of how strong their bond is, a bond that withstands the unimaginable pressures of global fame and national duty. Will the words Jungkook whispered ever be revealed to the public? Or will they remain a little secret owned only by two hearts who understand its meaning? So far, there has been no official statement from HYBE labels nor from any BTS members. This very uncertainty only adds to the mystery surrounding the moment. Some Korean pop culture analysts have called this moment the most honest emotional manifestation of BTS members' bond. They argue that it is proof that, behind their monumental professional achievements, there remains a personal relationship more important than anything else, something that cannot be bought, engineered, or promoted. Armies, the term for loyal fans, are now on the verge of a new history. They are not just waiting for Jungkook and Jimin to return to the stage. They are anticipating a new era of BTS, one that is more mature, more emotional, more rooted in gratitude, friendship, and the quiet promises made in the 5th Division military barracks. That day, without fanfare, without camera flashes, without press conferences, Jungkook carved one of the most emotional chapters in BTS's history. A regret not born from failure, but from the realization of how precious someone is in one's life journey. A regret that does not destroy, but strengthens bonds. A regret that, ironically, becomes the foundation of their future promise. Now, millions of eyes look forward, awaiting Jungkook and Jimin's next steps. One thing is certain: whatever they do next, it will be filled with sincerity, strength, and love so deep, as proven in that silent whisper amidst the ticking of military time. However, amid the floods of emotion sweeping across cyberspace, we must pause for a moment and ask a fundamental question: is all of this really real? Or are we being swept up in a massive wave of sensationalism built to capture media and public attention? The story of Jungkook's secret whisper to Jimin, of teary glances in the military barracks, sounds so perfect. Too perfect, perhaps. No official recording. No trusted documentation. Only fragments of stories from anonymous eyewitnesses and a flood of speculation on TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, and various entertainment media. How much of this can we really trust? Before we get carried away by emotion, it's important to ask, is there a chance that this moment was manufactured? Not necessarily by Jungkook and Jimin themselves, but by media, fanbases, or even management companies who fully understand how powerful emotion is in building fan loyalty. Are we witnessing a sincere event, or are we consuming a narrative carefully constructed to spark engagement? Isn't the entertainment industry, however beautiful its face, ultimately a massive machine producing story after story to ensure public attention never strays? Let's reflect further. Why is there no official documentation of such an important moment? Why is it only circulating as a story from anonymous eyewitnesses? Who benefits from this story going viral? Have we, as news consumers, been critical enough to distinguish between pure emotion and hidden marketing strategies? In an era where information moves at the speed of light, virality often becomes the main goal. Heart-touching stories, those that stir tears and ignite curiosity, are the primary fuel of the social media ecosystem. In this context, it's crucial to remember, just because something sounds beautiful doesn't mean it's true. Even the sources we use, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and some media articles, are no guarantee of absolute truth. Many are built on rumors, speculation, or even deliberately twisted to achieve maximum emotional impact on audiences. How often do we verify the authenticity of sources before believing news? Perhaps some of you wonder, why doubt something so beautiful? That's precisely where the answer lies. Entertainment media history is full of examples where emotional stories were carefully crafted to shape images, repair reputations, or prepare the stage for the next big project. Do we believe this event was truly organic? Or is this part of the preparation for BTS's comeback that is about to rock the world? Is there a grand strategy behind one small whisper? Isn't it too coincidental that rumors of duet projects, secret albums, and intimate concerts began to surface right after this story exploded? If we're honest, we must admit that our emotions are easily manipulated. A blurry photo, a touching narrative, and immediately we believe unconditionally. We forget to ask, who first spread this story? What is the motive behind its spread? Why did this story emerge now, not earlier? Now is the time for us, as part of a global community, as armies, and as information consumers, to cultivate healthy skepticism. This does not mean becoming cynical or rejecting all emotional news. But we need to develop the habit of asking more questions, digging deeper, and verifying facts before diving into the currents of mass emotion.